Being a parent is really hard, especially if you're doing it for the first time. So welcome to the club. It's nice to know that a lot of you are in the same boat as me. You will learn so many new things, especially while you're expecting, and once baby's here, sometimes you feel like your head is gonna explode from all of the new things. And yes, today I'm here to add on to that. Because what does a parent need more than a piercing headache from knowing your brain is expanding with knowledge? So yeah, you can trust me on this. I have like a full 2 months of experience. I know what I'm doing. First up, keep your changing table stocked at all times. There is nothing more stress-inducing than going to change a diaper, getting halfway through, and realizing you're out of wet wipes. To some, this might be really obvious, and to some it isn't. Because believe you me, I have made this mistake before, and I paid for it with stains on my history as a parent and on everything else in my house. So when you're having a diaper change and you notice you're running low on something, the second that baby is happy and clean again, you go get stuff. You go get diapers, you go get wet wipes, you go get whatever it is you need on that changing table, so that for next time you don't run out in the middle of the process. Nighttime sleep reigns supreme, but nap time is also glorious. And to make sure your baby knows the difference between sleeping at night and sleeping during the day, you have to mark the difference. Because your baby doesn't have any concept of time, and more importantly, they will not care. Therefore, the responsibility that they know when it's time to go to sleep at night and when it's time to have a short nap during the day is on you. That responsibility is yours. When they nap during the day, keep the room well lit. Don't reduce the noise level too much. Just make sure they know it's daytime. And once you're inching closer to nighttime, bedtime, do the opposite. Lower the lights, reduce the noise level, and most importantly, change the way you interact with your baby. Speak to them in a lower tone of voice instead of, say, looking at playful, really colorful books. Sing to them in like a hushed tone, like a little bit of a lower tone that you usually use, instead of super interactive. Play with a lot of movement, offer some close and comfy snuggles. If you manage to set the tone for bedtime in an appropriate manner, your baby is a lot more likely to sleep longer stretches during the night and then shorter stretches during the day, which will benefit you parents in the long run. Babies love to feel like they're still in the womb. It's familiar, it's comfortable, and in our baby's case, it moves a lot. Yeah, our midwife told us that because I moved so much and was so active during most of my pregnancy, that's probably the reason our baby likes physical interaction so much, why she loves movement so much. She loves the car, she loves walking, she loves being carried around the house, just in general bouncing and being cradled and everything. Any like physical movement is amazing to her. So if your baby seems like they can't be comforted, have a think about what you can do to replicate the environment of their first home. What music did you listen to? What movements were common? For example, I used a yoga ball, an exercise ball, to limit like the effects of my PGP for a lot of my pregnancy. And baby Elle has still been bounced to sleep on it ever since she arrived. So, works wonders. Gentle swaying and a bath are great options for most. And if you're like me and you had a very active pregnancy, you can also try a bit more intense movement or for longer duration, all while you're gentle, of course. Speaking of movement, if your baby is hard to put down for a nap, try taking your baby outside for a walk. You go for a walk and you walk in one direction, and then once your baby gets drowsy, you turn around and you start heading back home. This works for us because then once I get back home, she's asleep. If not before then, once I reach the doorstep, she's knocked out. That's also how I'm able to record right now, because she's asleep outside in the pram. To ensure that your baby stays asleep once you get back, just gently rock them in the pram while you yourself stand still for a few minutes. Our baby fights sleep a lot during the day because she sleeps so long stretches at night. She actually sleeps through the night now, and getting her to nap during the day is very, very hard, and this is one of the few things that works consistently. Fresh air in general for babies works wonders, and it's also a great way for parents to get outside. And finally, prep your meals or have stuff that can be eaten cold or both. You will have a lot less time to cook in the first weeks, and you will have a lot less energy to cook anything at all. Like going to the fridge and grabbing a yogurt is gonna take all the time and energy you have for like 3 hours. So pre-made meals are a lifesaver. It's also very expensive to buy ready-made meals for every single one of your meals, so homemade frozen ones are a great option. And your baby will probably have a sixth sense about your meal times as well. Because the second your food is done, they will also be hungry, or they will be fuzzy, or they will need your attention in some way. And then once they're happy, your food is cold. So make sure you make something for yourself that is easy to microwave and that doesn't ruin the texture when you microwave it or ruin the flavor or something like that. Or you make something that you can eat cold and it will still be fine. A well-made sandwich or even a salad goes a long way on busy days when your baby needs you a lot. And other than these 5 tips, please remember you are doing great. Bad parents don't spend their free time looking up how to be better parents online because they don't care. So just the fact that you're here is a sign that you are doing really well. Your baby is fed, happy, clean, and they slept at some point today. You're doing really good. Parenting is really hard, and it's very easy to forget that the nice, polished version we often see of it online is just that. It's polished. They chose the perfect moments and they posted only those. But that's not the reality, is it? As long as your baby is happy and healthy, you are doing great. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me that you tuned in. I'm currently working on a series with more tips and tricks for new parents that we have used ourselves. So if you want to see more of that, I think you know what to do at this point, because it's YouTube, so I feel like most of you should be familiar with the little button that you're supposed to press if you want to see more of someone. I think. And of course, leave a like if you made it this far. It means a lot that you interact with my content and that you support me. And if you would like to, you can also support me monetarily now, because I signed up for Buy Me a Coffee. So there is a link to Buy Me a Coffee in the description down there. It will only cost you like $2. You can give more if you want to, but the amount I put in is $2. So you can just do that if you want to. You don't have to, but it would make me really happy, because I do put in a lot of effort into making these kinds of videos, and they mean a lot to me. So either way, I'm just grateful that you're here, of course. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your week. Bye! Happy parenting!